Hey everyone, welcome to Keep TV. I am Kip. Today I've got a match for you on Barnblitz between two North American silver teams. We have Wacky Wavy Inflatable Arm Tube Man versus It Burns When I PvP. And that's my impersonations of those team names. Alright, so on PvP we have Hex Omega as Dumbman, Darth Pops is Engineer, Dude is Soldier, Kumori is Sniper, Pants is Spy, Wonko the Sane is Medic, Arfie is Heavy, Snowman is Pyro, and Incubo is going to be Scout. Over on Wacky Wavy Inflatable Arm, I'm gonna call them the Tube Men. No, I'm gonna call them the Wackies. They're tagged up as, I don't know. We'll call them Team Red for now. We have Phenom as Engineer, Glick Pip is Demoman, Insanity is Medic, Fun Flowy is Spy, Choco McFudge Cake, Yum is Soldier, Fluffykins Esque is Pyro, Nick9 is gonna be Scout, Nova is Heavy, Nexus is Sniper. Let's get to the action. Man, RV looks so cool right there with that cigarette, guys. Smoking kills, but in the process, you look pretty freaking cool. Don't you want to be cool like Arfie? The cigarette's just like attached to his top teeth right there. Anyway, let's see what we got going out here on a red team. How about that? We are in Barnblitz Pro RC4 whatever. So snow is melted. We have a little entrance right here. Hopefully last will be pushable and it won't be a stalemate forever. I love this whipping soldier. Phenom is getting his work cut out. I don't know, but he's getting whipped into shape. There we go. By his soldier, Choco McFudge Cake. Oh, I'm gonna be hungry by the end of this cast. So we're seeing that that the Wacky Tube Men, I guess we'll go with that. Wacky Tube Men are holding in this spot on the hill, as opposed to inside the barn. Teams are kind of split half and half on how to do that. This way your medic is very well protected. You can see Nova is protecting his back as well, so we'll see if any bombing soldiers or demos can get in there, but pretty much secure from those threats. Now you do have to make sure that you do have some presence here in barn, and we're actually, okay, we do have a soldier and scout patrolling barn right here. So should be a pretty good hold, or at least shaping up to be, as we don't see any I was confused about what that noise was. I won something, but I'm not even online. Anyway, as we do not see a blue med coming out of spawn yet, so PvP taking this pretty traditional, a lot of spam coming forward, and everything looking pretty standard so far. We did have some casualties for Wacky, but looks like they're still able to hold. I'm seeing the dead bodies, but did they actually go down right there? I don't know. Anyway, wrangled level 3 sentry gun on the hill is going to be very tough to overcome, but with an Uber, some well-placed stickies, and a little bit of grit and gumption, you could totally do it. Pants trying to get a stab or sap in there, but he's not able to do so. Pants, one of the more infuriating pub spies I have ever come across in a pub. He's not a pub spy, he's obviously a competitive spy, but he's the worst to play against in a pub. We do see Phenom had 2 health left right there, so he goes down easily. Red Med is gonna drop back as Blue Uber was popped, kind of destroys everything on hill. Red Uber's now popped in retaliation. They want to get this med and buy themselves an advantage, and they do in fact. Oh, but in comes Pants, not able to get the med backstab, but oh, Wonko did go down, so that buys a Uber advantage for red team. However, they lost that point, gonna have to fall back and get onto that easily defendable second point if they can get something up here. Pants, meanwhile, though, is in position. What even happened right there? Did he get them the stab, or what is going on? No, the red sniper is still alive and appears to not know that Pants is around. So interesting right there, but we do see Blue trying to keep up the momentum as that stupid cart, or the cart is not stupid, I'm sorry, the turntable is stupid, goes around the turntable. Level 3 up and is wrangled, but actually goes down right there. Some well-placed stickies in addition to other aggression. Look at this positioning from Blue Team. They're actually going to come up from behind. They only have about 50% Uber, so not the best idea, I'm gonna go ahead and say, but I have the advantage of seeing that unfold in front of me very drastically, as not exactly sure what they're doing. Wonko, meanwhile, able to get out alive, so he has that 70% or 75% Uber charge, which will be a nice advantage as Red just popped their Uber. Wonko staying alive still, and his demo is up here already, just kind of spamming away without even those overheals, so they may not even need this Uber to capture the point. It's a luxury that they can use. Meanwhile, we got Spy on the point. That's Fun Flow. He does go down, and that finally marks the capture of the second point. So let's get it on the Hex Omega Cam. I would think he'd be getting this Uber to really just like tear apart this setup, and in fact he does. There's a level 1. Does he have enough stickies loaded? Some nice air reflex going on there. His soldier's gonna get in there and do some nice work. Hex clean it up, not able to get that last pick though. However, only 3 up right now for the red team. One of them is a scout who's on literal fire. He may actually survive that. But a nice push in there, and yeah, definitely you bring the demo man right decision in that at that point. Snowman having a bit of trouble, but don't worry, Incubo is there to help clean up as blue team just rolling along this cart. They're going to have this third cap in 3 minutes and 44 seconds, which is a really nice time. But it all comes down to Barnblitz last, where you can hold for 10 minutes if necessary, and I've seen it happen. Gotta say, I have casted It Burns When I PvP before on Barnblitz, and that was the fastest times of Barnblitz I've ever seen. It was sub 3 minutes, I want to say. It was absolutely ridiculous. So, looks like PvP tried to bring some of that back. Not as high octane as the games were, the games that I previously casted were, but still a really nice time going in here. They did, however, lose Wonko, their medic, so Wonko just now up and healing, so they will have to wait a little bit for that Uber. And of course, adding about 45 seconds to a minute onto their time. We'll see what's going on here at last and what we have got in terms of defense. Got Combo and Demo holding up in Attic. Soldier kind of roaming around. Sniper holding back. Pyro protecting his Inji as much as possible, but Pyro's got a lot of places to be on last because a good spy can just be in every single crevice and just wreak havoc. Pronunciation not working today. Pronunciation not found today, sorry guys. But yeah, so Pants definitely can get back there and just absolutely make everybody paranoid as all get out, which is what he does at pubs to me. And sometimes he and Dude pair up and just play 2 spies. It's ridiculous. Anyway, we do have the Uber pop. Fluffykins does a good job keeping the medic out of this picture. Not able to hook up with the Demo Man, who is not able to really get in here. The PvP not in a great position. They did lose their heavy. Do have some time on the cart right here, but oh, Fluffykins goes down to a backstab right there. So a nice stab. Only 3 up right now for Wacky Tube Men. There's a sniper, but sniper battle is not where the action is. The action is on the cart, and it is going to be pushed all the way in. And I did not think that PvP would be able to make that push, but they did. No respawns coming for the Wacky Tube Men. So they so PvP has a nice time of 5 minutes and 48 seconds, and that's a very, very nice time here on Barnblitz Pro. So let's see how PvP decide to go ahead and set up. We have the mass suicides, which are never funny. Oh, did the sniper just take the ammo? I feel like the sniper just took the ammo. Did he apologize? I don't know. I don't know. Who? Kamari, did you take that ammo? You can tell me the truth. He's also running the Machina, which I don't know how I feel about on Barnblitz. But we'll see. We'll take a look at scores real quick. We see Hex on top of his team. He was doing lots of big amount of work. Darth Pops, surprisingly, as offensive engineer, having a lot of points. Probably cart pushing points, but Darth Pops, I wouldn't put him beside him to be pulling out some crazy strats there on offense. I didn't think I saw anything out of the unusual, so maybe teleported points right there, but we will keep an eye on him. He has a better hat than that. Where is your cool Inji hat? I don't know what he's doing right there, but for shame. You gotta bring out the best. You gotta look the part in playing these matches. Anyway, we'll watch as Wacky Tube Men try to push in here. Nexus realizing he is... what is Nexus realizing right here? That he's gonna have to move forward because there's really nothing here. Very not laid back, but a pushed back hold from Red Team, but it's the same thing we saw out of PvP. I'm sorry, same thing we saw out of the wavy inflatable arm man with that hold. You're essentially giving up that first area, this whole train track area, to the opposing team. So you're gonna have to like lure the team to come and be like, hey, we're up here, come and get us. And of course, the defensive team is in a much better position, ideally at least. Nova is just with those fists of steel out on the cart. Not a bad idea. It's moving, and that's the important part. Red Uber was popped. It was forced right there, so that is huge. Out of a wavy inflatable arm men, they're going to have this Uber advantage. Insanity, though, is still in spawn, I think, and nobody's alive, so he's going to have to wait to push out. With that, finally is out. I don't know how I feel about this. He doesn't have any of his heavy classes with him, and now he's being challenged by Spy. He has to pop this Uber, and that is not where they wanted to pop. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, Insanity finally hooking up with this demo man right here, but this is not the push they envisioned. Oh, Kamari gets a double penetration right there. Nice. Nicely done. And as I was focusing on how that Uber wasn't the perfect pop, it got the job done, so I guess they didn't need that perfect pop. PvP fell back instead of holding, which was the right thing to do. But yeah, I guess that was accurately well played. I don't know, really well. I think that, yeah, falling back here, they're gonna have a level 3. They're gonna have an Uber up. So yeah, PvP making the right decision with it. They might have been able to hold because that Uber was popped, not in the best positioning, but decided to play it more conservatively, and really the right decision because they have such a short time right here. There's no reason to really be risky and try to hold first for more than necessary when you can hold second for what is usually pretty average length of time, about 2-3 minutes, which would be really nice for them. So PvP with this 100% Uber, we have Wonko the Sane, and then we have Insanity on the other end as medics. Just caught that. That's adorable. They must have coordinated with each other before they left home. We do have Uber ready for blue, though. We'll get in on... I'm wanting the Glick Pip cam, because definitely Demoman is the best choice to take down a level 3 Citrus Gun on the second point. But they're not moving. Waiting for the Pyro, possibly? Glick Pip, which is easily the hardest name I've ever had to say. Not getting the super. I don't know why Wacky 2 men aren't pushing. They don't have too much time to spare. 2 minutes and 40 seconds right now. There's some sticks everywhere, and a lot of spam coming in from the opposing demo man right there. But they need to move. Oh, and that was a nice pick right there by Pants. Here comes that Uber. Will they be able to take down that sentry gun? Don't have the demo man because he went down to that backstab. Oh my goodness, and not a good push right there as a Nova went down. Fun Flowy went down as well. He was trying to get in there, not able to do anything for this wacky wavy inflatable arm tube man. There we go. Had to check my notes on that one, but yes, he is wacky, he is wavy, and he's inflatable, and he's an arm tube man. Yes, I know, Echo, it's very interesting. Meanwhile, the red Uber wasn't popped in that, so Wonko is sitting pretty right here. Gotta watch his back. And looks like got some good spy checking going on right there. Although somehow Fun Flowy managed to get Snowman the Pyro, who is on his track. So you have to keep an eye on Fun Flowy, who's apparently a pretty good spy too. All I know is Pants because he absolutely destroys me. But I guess that's not really saying too much because it's very easy to beat me. Anyway, watch Dude Cam as he does some good protection of the cart. Right now it's looking very nice for this PvP team. Look at Darth Pops in his positioning. He is just hiding around the corner and then waiting for the sapper to go down and then repairing it. Probably retreat once he sees these stickies. No, he's actually going to blow up. He's going to go down with the ship. Glick Pick gets those stickies on there, so Sentry Gun is down, but will they have enough time is the question. 60 seconds left to get all the way to the end. I don't think it's possible. In comes some big sticks from Hex Omega, and he clears the cart, except for this one heavy who just had his his Fist of Steel out for the entirety of this match, it seems like. Nice pick on the cart by Pants. Pants is up and trying to do damage again. Oh, and Nexus is going to go down, but Hex is going to get that pick, not Pants. We'll get it on Hex cam because, oh, well, he's going to go down too. But don't worry, Pants is there. No, Pants going down. Cart is capped at only 30 seconds left. I don't think it's physically possible. I'm pretty sure it's not. So that means we will go to a second round with PvP in the lead. A nice defense, but really what was better was their offense, and they just really brought it on that first half of this first round. And Wacky, Wavy, and Inflatable Arm 2-man just really weren't able to counter, especially after PvP got a hold up on the second in Attic. That's extremely hard to counter, regardless if you're going for a 5-minute time or a 10-minute time. So we will go to a second round. Alright, now we're back with this here second round. I don't know what this thing is on Snowman. I haven't really kept up with all the new mists that are appearing and hats and stuff, so I have no idea what Snowman is wearing, but we'll make fun of him for the fact that it looks like kind of like a hot dog or something. Anyway, I do see some suicide. Looks interesting. PvP is going to go for a barn build here, so deciding that the hill build, say that 5 times fast, was not in their best interest, and that they can hold longer in barn. So that's interesting. Some essential elements of holding in barn is you need protection back here from spy, or potentially a jumper that gets around here. So you really need a pyro to be with you. At the same time, you need protection on the hill to discourage said jumpers and other things from getting around and then coming in from behind as an engineer, on your engineer. So it's a risky build. We'll see if it works out for them. We'll see Kumari getting a headshot on the Fluffykins, which is an adorable name. My cat is sitting in my lap right now, so I feel like I can talk about adorable things. Anyway, dude taking a lot of damage and actually going it down right there in that initial excursion. So far, Barn kind of quiet right here. So blue team is figuring out that, hey, we could probably take hill, and really it's just a Demoman and some spam that is on the hill right now. So this cart being pushed pretty rapidly. Again, that heavy with his Fist of Steel out, just sitting on the cart, is definitely a strategy that works. Nexus with the 2 headshots in a row takes down Hex, and actually he's gonna go for the sentry gun right now. Actually, oh, doesn't get it. Choco McFudge got it, but that sentry gun is out of the picture. Ouch. Pants comes in, finishes off Nexus' little streak right there, and Barn hold did not hold. So that not working out in the favor of PvP. Looks like Darth Pops did get to the second point, but his sentry gun only level 1 easily goes down, and now we're going to actually have Pyro up here pressuring the point. Look at all these work he's doing. Fluffykins just balls to the walls aggression, takes out sentry gun. Darth Pops put up again, Darth Pops, and then Dude as well. In fact, he survived all of that. So this is looking like a really good push out of Wacky, Waving, Inflatable Arms 2-man team. Choco McFudge now up in Attic 2 and spots out Pants. Choco has a 4K streak going on. I think Teleporter should count, so I'm going to call that a 5K streak. I'll keep on his cam because he's just being very forward with this aggression. That's absolutely what Wacky Men need to do right now. I like Wacky Men. I like that as a name. He's going to jump forward and take out Kumari right there. Now he's on that 5K streak. Looking good, and there's really nobody to kill because Red just has not had time to catch their breath. It looks like they're going to try to just fall back and set up at last, which is probably the right thing to do, but that is not what they want to do. They want to get some sort of hold here on third, but they're not going to be able to, especially when this Uber is popped right there. It was forced out of by Dude, so Dude doing a good job right there. Dude doing what Dude needs to do. However, with that Uber, they're going to actually push in here. We did see that Glick Pip got some stickies in there and some kills there on last, so Red is still kind of like scrambling to get something going. We'll get on his Glick Pip's cam as he tries to keep harassing, and as you can see, there's really nothing up right here. Darth Pops I think went down, or he took some damage, so he's not being able to be as aggressive as he wants. He's trying to build up here, which is not a bad idea, but we'll see. it can be spammed, especially pretty easily, especially since his team doesn't have control of locker rooms right here. I mean, a direct hit soldier can easily take that out. But we'll see. He's gonna commit to building right there, so he definitely needs to call out. Yeah, there we go. Now there's some coverage of locker rooms. So we have just a few minutes waiting, but 2 minutes and 25 seconds for 3 points here on Barnblitz is pretty ridiculous. Again, it all comes down to last, blah, 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 blah. But let's not take away from the fact that the 2 minutes, 25 seconds is a really nice time. So Wacky men pulling out all stops. Once they rolled through that first point defense, they just kept up that aggression and kept going, and perfect execution so far. They have to keep it up, though. I mean, they can't take 9 minutes to get this cap. They need to get this in the first 1 or 2 tries, because as you can see, PvP is capable of putting up a really, really good time themselves. We do have this 100% Uber up and ready, so I'm going to stick on the Glick pick cam. He does take down Incubo, who tried to come in for a flank. Red Uber is actually popped right there. Oh, it's a crit! Oh no! Hex coming in from behind, taking down Fluffykins, forces the Uber pop right there. We'll see can Pick recover from this. He doesn't know where that sentry gun is because it is in a not usual position. Oh, Hex does go down, steps on some sticks right there. Blue is going to try to keep up with this aggression, try for the forced soft push right here. Scout going to come in, try to get something going right here, but Scout and Spy get caught out by the Pyro, so some nice work right there by Fluffykins. And there's only 2 up right here. Look at this mini sentry work. Phenom from the locker rooms takes down the level 3 sentry gun, Darth Pops, and his dispenser. What? That is going to be a 4 minutes and 36 second time, just when you thought it couldn't get faster. Look at that. Phenom with 16 points right there in that round. Like we saw Darth Pop's last round and offense, just the NG going huge, but all of that was Phenom, his level, or his mini sentry gun wrangled from locker rooms to put pressure on Darth Pops. Really, really nice work right there. That crits I thought would be huge. Turns out it wasn't. I mean, you were watching, right? I mean, it was important because it did take down, it did, what did it do? It took down Kumari, I believe? But, whatever it was. No, Fluffykins. It took down Fluffykins, but whatever it was, they were, the, Wacky team, Wacky tube men were able to recover and, use that forced, pop to their advantage and just continue pushing in. So really nice work there. Good coordination team calls from that Wacky team. Now they're going to go for their hill build again. Hill build. Clip pick. I need to do my warm-ups, mouth warm-ups before casting. Glick pick. Hill build. Anyway. They have got to hold this for 4 minutes and 25 seconds, which is not a long time. And blue team realizes that they're just going to be really aggressive right here, going for that Uber immediately. That's such a good idea right here. And look, the Spy got some of the red Ubers, so Pants coming in there. Oh, now he goes down. Still able to do a lot of good distraction right there. And out comes Hex, who continuing up the hill, but pressured back now by the Scout. No, he brings out the ham. What a bad idea, and then decides to do splits. Ouch. Wow, what an aggressive move right there from PvP. It's the right move, you gotta think, because that first point defense is now out of the picture. Really no reason to be cautious or hesitant because PvP is in the lead 1-0, so they have to pull out all stops and have to go balls to the walls aggressive in this if they want to get a chance to win in this round. If not, they'll be forcing this to a 3rd round, or Wacky men will be forcing it to a 3rd and final round. So let's see what we've got going up here in terms of defense on second. A level 2, a spun up heavy with a pretty sweet hat and a little birdie. Looks like it could be an okay hold, especially since Insanity is holding on to this Uber. That, yeah, if Wacky can stop a push, 1 or 2 pushes, 1 push, I would say here on this point, they will be able to hold on. The Uber is popped for blue. We have a heavy coming up from behind, but Nova was all on top of that shit. Red Uber was popped a little bit later, and Nova, oh, I think he could have gone for the cart right there and cleaned off the cart, but no, he's going to run away. Tries to protect his men, not going to work, so now Nova is all by himself and goes down. So, wow, this PvP team just showing their aggression and showing why their last match I casted with them on Barnblitz was high octane indeed. Hex is already in here at last, just harassing the lines as best as possible. He is gonna go down. Nick 9 finally caught up with him, but will that be enough to kind of devastate those ranks of Wacky's defense? Or can Wacky set something up? It looks like they have got that level 1 Phenom taking out a dude right there, the spy though, but he's not spy, he's a soldier right there, so there we go. As he poked his way in, it will be a level 2 right now. Where is Red Medic though? Insanity actually just now coming up, so they're not going to have any sort of advantage right here, and I'm wondering if they're going to stay on that regular Uber gun. Wonko is actually building here, which is a great idea. They have 1 minute and 37 seconds left to get to this cart. An Uber would be extremely advantageous. We see Dude going that direct hit, which is another good move. If he can get into a position where he can get the sentry gun. We saw Pants in the feed. Pants taking down Phenom, so no NG. So that direct hit could easily take out that sentry gun. Doesn't matter, as sentry gun goes down anyway. Blue Uber is popped in. Red is holding up in attic. They don't have charge yet, and they have to wait to the last moment necessary to jump onto that cart, and they do finally get there. Pants going down, Arfie going down. This blue team, I'm not sure where PvP ended up in their final position after their push, but Red is still alive, and they haven't popped Uber yet, so this is looking pretty tight and pretty close right here. PvP has to get somebody on the cart. It's going to start rolling back in 6 seconds right here, and they can't afford any lost space. But this red team is looking like they'll be able to defend with that 100% Uber ready to go. If Pants can get in there and maybe force that pop, the pop goes off anyway. It's a little premature, but it's not a horrible pop. Oh, but the heavy goes down. Pants comes in, backstabs him. However, Insanity does survive. He's trying to get some heals up. Oh my goodness, he's not going to survive this. He gets an Uber Saw. Does he get an Uber Saw? He's still alive. What? Why is Insanity alive? He does take out Hex. Holy what? That Med is still alive. That cart is not being pushed. Absolute insanity out of Insanity and team, and that is going to be their win. What? Absolutely no part of that should have worked right there, but a lot of grit and gumption and luck, I guess, kept that Med alive, kept Fluffykins alive as well, and kept that defense together. So we will go to a third round on Barnblitz Pro. Alright, we're back with the third and final round between these two teams. We're going to watch Phenom on his rollout, getting some of that whip action. He's going to set up here on a hill again, which wasn't great last time, but it worked. Oh my goodness, Phenom is making me nauseated just watching him run around. I usually tell my soldiers not to whip me on my rollout as NG, and when I get to my place, once I get like all the suicides and stuff, I'm like, okay, just leave me alone, everybody just get out of my way. But no, he's being continually whipped, and he's just rolling around. Look how fast everything's going right there. So works for him. If you can figure it out and not, you know, vomit while you're doing it, then more power to you as NG. Phenom doing some great work as NG. Him and Darth Pops both definitely great NGs who know what they're doing, and I guess that gives you so much time that you can reposition and stuff. He's got 10 seconds left, and he was able to move his level 3. Anyway, we are going to see the hold that they have been doing these last 2 rounds. Last round it did not hold at all because PvP came out with an Uber immediately, and there was just absolutely nothing you could do to stop that sort of. Basically, PvP was a bull that was charging, and there's no way to stop him unless you take away its credit card. Little joke. How do you stop a bull from charging? You take away its credit card. Anyway, take away PvP's credit card is the only way to stop them right now. That is my assessment. But no, it looks like they're gonna keep Wonko in spawn for, or at least a little bit more conservatively. He's actually now is going to push forward right there. They did take down an enemy soldier, so they decided that was going to be the impetus for their push. Sentry gun is being wrangled and takes so much damage right here. Finally goes down as Arfi coming in, cleaning up, and that is going to be cap again. PvP, that charge, that aggression. They didn't bring that medic out immediately, but once they did bring out Wonko, they popped and made it work. So really nice job. We'll see if they can't get a little bit more forward and put some pressure on this attic area, and it looks like that's exactly what they're trying to do right now. But as you can see, Wacky flailing inflatable arm tube men. I've already got quite a bit of player presence up here, so it's going to be very difficult for Blue to get in here. However, they do not have a sentry gun, so that is key and huge. It's a huge key, if you will. And we'll see if Red Team can buy some time for Phenom to do something right here. Oh! Wonko takes a ton of damage and actually pops his Uber right there, forced into it from Nexus. Red Uber's popped as well as it's fading away. Insanity just gets out of there. He wants no more to do with any of this. Fluffy Kid. Yeah, I thought for a second he was gonna go for it, but nose falling back. As right now, Wacky is just having a hard time resetting. What do mine eyes spot? A really interesting sentry gun position right there from Phenom. I like it. He's got his dispenser right there. He's got his pyro with him defending. Needs some more help on those reflecting those rockets. He can't wrangle that sentry all the time because it needs some prepared. Oh, and turn around! Oh my goodness, Fun Flowy takes. I don't even know what happened right there. Pants got. Fun Flowy got pants backstab. I don't even know, but regardless, the sentry gun is down, so it's a risky position. I don't know how good of an idea it was. PvP right now do have the players alive. Are they coming through house? In which case that, yep, they're coming through the upper house right there. So bad idea. Red has to get out of here because there's a lot of PvP players. Insanity is kind of caught out of position right here, and oh no, now there's a spy on his back. No. Whew, Pants won't be able to get him right there. But meanwhile, where is Blue Med, who did have to pop? We do see the Uber exchanges here on last as the third point is finally captured right now. Hex did a lot with his Uber, but has to fall back right now. But both Meds survived, so we will have heals coming in here to last. Look at Arfi just dropping down there and just spun up, and no one is stopping him. We do have Red Med still barely alive. He's gonna go for the Uber. Sorry, gets one. He's two. Oh, at 94% right there. Oh, Insanity is my new favorite crazy medic. Just going for those saws, absolutely. Anyway, PvP is just straight out aggression right here. Again, this is the bull charging, horns coming right at you. It is not looking good. There is that level 2 sentry gun up, but how long can Wacky Men hold for? They actually do have all these spawns back up, so they're getting these spawns. Blue took quite a few casualties right there. And it looks like this will buy Wacky Men some breathing time, some much needed breathing time to just set, rethink, regroup, and prepare for another immediate push from PvP, because PvP is super impatient. They've got a PvP, if you will. So they don't have time to waste. They just want to get in and out, and that's really, really hard to counter sometimes. If you can counter the first push, the first aggression, like we did see Wacky Men do right here, that usually will buy you a chance to set up and hold your ground for another one. We do have PvP building, and I love to see that in Highlander. I mean, time is everything. Insanity goes down to a backstab right there. Didn't catch it on cam, but Pants gets that backstab. Meanwhile, Fun Flowy gets the 2k backstab streak as well. But this blue Uber is ready, and again, PvP waiting for nothing. It's just the demo man coming in here. Finally, Pyro is coming up with a little bit of backup. That sentry gun goes down. Here comes Red Heavy, though. They're in from behind, and Blue really didn't get the frags. Oh, just kidding. Look at all this devastation going down. We did see Glickpick go down to his own camera right here. Only 2 up. 4. No, just kidding. It's 1 up. It is Nick9, the scout. Can he defend this cart long enough to maybe get some respawns? And indeed, here comes some respawns for the red team. Will be able to get to the cart in time. It is Sniper. It is Pyro. What? It is capped. Wow. Jeez. Jeez, this PvP team is just... They apparently are always in a rush, in a hurry. I thought that one match that I cast, I was like, wow, they were really aggressive that match. No, they're just aggressive all the time, which is so much fun to watch and to play against. Not to play against, to play with. To play against, I'm sure Wacky men are probably... I guess they were maybe the first round they're thrown for a loop, but have now come to realize like you gotta match aggression with aggression. There's no way you can play passively against a team like PvP. So Wacky, Wavy, Inflatable, Arm, Tube Men have been doing a good job matching that aggression. They have one last chance to do it. 5 minutes and 20 seconds. I think is that the longest we've seen here today? Which is ridiculous. Barnblitz Pro matches usually go on for like 14 minutes or something. So I'm so glad these are short. I love short Barnblitz. It's so much fun, and that's where I think the insanity of Highlanders is brought forth, and you just get... You just have lots of fun. And I know that these teams had fun playing this. As you can see, I know a couple of the guys on these teams, and a lot of fun to play with, a lot of great competitors. We do have Nick9 coming out there trying to distract the sentry gun as Glickpick comes in, but Glickpick does go down, and 90... Jeez, names. Nick9 taken out as well. Flowy, meanwhile, got behind there, takes out the teleporter. Not a huge deal because Barnblitz is... That first spawn is pretty short to first point, but, you know, it's a moral victory, and he gets points for that. Meanwhile, we see, again, keeping with the trend that the first engineer on offense gets a lot of points. Darth Pops got a ton of points there on the offensive push by his team. But we do have just a little bit of hesitation out of this Wacky team, and I don't think they can afford too much hesitation. They need to get this Uber in here, and they need to pop. Medic is coming out of spawn right here, so we will see that as Insanity pops on his Demo Man. That sentry gun is being well protected, but he can only hold on to something you love for so long, and then you must let it go. Or thus learns Darth Pops, and he does get out of there alive. All of Red Team, in fact, still alive, but as they are falling back to the second point right here. Kumari goes down, a nice headshot from Nexus, so no sniper as Blue if they want to keep up this aggression, which they absolutely do. Pants getting in there, taking down Nova, Pants is just running with the bulls there, if you will, just right in front of the herd, finds a heavy, stabs him, and now no more heavy for this Blue offensive push. Glickpick is going to try his best to get something doing right here. To get something going right here, but not going to be an option as now this PvP team is pretty well set up here in Attic on second. They're going to continue, Glickpick is just going to continue trying to spam right here, and the sentry gun still up. Pants takes down Fun Flowy, there's another 5v5 backstab. But this Uber is almost ready for Insanity. They've got to keep this med up. This Uber is going to be essential for Wacky Men's success in this round, in this match. Here comes this Uber, and Sentry Gun is rescue rangered out of there. Oh, the humanity. But looks like Darth Pops is still very much in a vulnerable position. He actually got some of this Uber, so the level 3 sentry gun will survive. It is smoking. We'll see how long it can stay up, but it's not in a great position to protect right now, so yeah, Darth Pops does have to move it. This would be a good opportunity for Blue to come in there where it's rebuilding, but really there's no player present around for the Blue team to get on or into Attic. We do see Nick9 doing work, keeping the cart moving forward, somehow avoiding the sentry gun, but finally he does go down. Darth Pops is too nervous and gets his sentry gun out of there, so it looks like that will be the end of the hold right here for PvP on Attic. Probably a good idea right there. Again, they have a very short time to defend for, so there's, I don't know, so you don't want to overcommit or overstay your welcome at a defending position if you could easily be rolled through that and then continue the roll. We do see that Blue team is continuing this roll, so I'm wondering where that sentry gun went. It is in a traditional spot right here on a shed roof, and if Darth Pops and team can keep this up, it could be their win. Only a minute 45 seconds left though. So, oh, Darth Pops goes down to a headshot from Nexus. Nexus in the opposing house Attic right there. Get some good work. I wanted to see fun flowway there if he got a backstab, but no, he goes down to the sentry gun. Blue Uber is popped, red Uber is popped, and this is a lot of chaos as both teams try to escape alive. Insanity escaping with 40 health right there, and red combo is going to get away alive as well, but they've pretty much given up this point. There needs to be ×3 on this cart for Wacky Men if they want to buy themselves a chance, but the aggressive classes are just pushing forward. These lighter classes need to get on the cart, and they do. Sorry, the echo's making so much noise. Look who's behind! It's Dude. He was not cleaned up, so he is still wrecking chaos right there. Takes down Fun Flowy, but really attention is not on him. It's all on this cart because that's what matters. They do send their soldier out to get him. The cart is capped on that 3rd point. What's going on here at last? Does Blue have any presence right here? Will they be able to get this in 46 seconds? We do have a level 2 sentry gun going up, but Darth Pops had to abandon it to get some more metal. Insanity almost has this 100% Uber up, whereas Wonko is only about 80%. So if they get this Uber and pop it immediately, they do. Looking for that sentry gun. It is in the awkward position that it was last time, and there goes everything that Darth Pops worked for. Meanwhile, red medic going down as well. A lot of aggression on the cart right here. Insanity again staying alive. We'll see how long he can continue to keep his team overhealed and on that cart. Only Kumari was up for the red team, and that is going to be it for PvP. Will they get any respawns in time? 3 seconds, and I don't think it's going to be enough. Wacky, Wavy, Inflatable Arm 2-man are going to get it in the fastest 3-round game of Barnblitz I've ever seen. Wow. Huge props to Insanity, who every push into last stayed alive with his team to keep his teammates overhealed and on that cart. Huge props to Darth Pops and Phenom for some really awesome engineer work. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff going on right there. Did we have 8 for PvP at the end, or did somebody just quit? I don't know. Regardless, what a great game. Thanks so much to Nexus who sent it in. But shout out to Dude, Pants, Darth Pops, Arfie, and everyone else who plays on the Trash Gamer servers that who doesn't make fun of the fact that I play there too and suck. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. If you have a match you want to see casted, definitely send it to Turbo Cop or Get a Whale, or somebody who has more time than me, because I promised to cast this a month ago, and I'm just now getting to it. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for being patient, Nexus. And thanks for supporting UGC Highlander, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day.